discovered a very interesting connection between the Voynich Manuscript and Tolkien's focus on the stars. On my Part 2 interpretation of the Voynich Manuscript, I talked about how I believe this book is written by someone who was interested in harnessing the feminine energy of the Pleiades, water nymph sisters, to come in and to bring healing to the body and to Mother Nature. Tolkien was also interested in the same stars that appear in the manuscript, as he said in his Fellowship of the Ring book. Away high in the east swung Murmereth the netted stars, Pleiades, and slowly above the mist red Borgil, Eldebron, rose, glowing like a jewel of fire. Then by some shift of airs, all the mist was drawn away like a veil, and there leaned up as he climbed over the rim of the world the swordsman of the sky, Melangvikar, Orion, with his shining belt. The elves all burst into song. And so here we have a chart that shows the same focus of Sirius being aligned to the Pleiades, and also Orion being aligned to the Pleiades as well. It is true, these stars are always in alignment to one another, connecting each other both visually and also ancestrally, according to modern starseed information. But their visibility depends on where you are viewing them from the Earth. Here we have Sirius the dog star, not Scorpio as I once thought, and it is surrounded by a chart of other stars. Sirius was also considered the rain god in the Vedic texts, which is why today Sirians are thought, much of the time, to be blue-skinned water-being creatures. And on the top of this chart is 4 representatives of the Pleiades sisters. Possibly these are the Pleiades stars that reach true alignment to Sirius if you had to draw a straight line through it. The second image is of the constellation of Orion the Hunter, not Sagittarius as I once thought, if it was like the zodiac signs. But here's the bow and the belt of Orion that will show its alignment to the Pleiades, as you see on top of the chart. So what the Voynich Manuscript is a charting of the constellations, not the zodiac signs, as may have once been thought. This book is about following the night sky and the alignments of certain stars to draw connections to others. The Pleiades is a high focus for the Voynich Manuscript to help foster in feminine healing energies of the Pleiades, and have been said in legends and in modern channelings the divine feminine energy to heal the earth. Here we can see that Orion and also Sirius are in deep connection to one another. And this is something that has been observed by those that have been part of our history. This is not only a coincidence that we have it in the Voynich Manuscript that has been discovered, but actually now, today, we have the Galactic Federation of Light, in which the Sirians, the Arcturians, Orions, and the Pleiadians are said to be working together in order to help humanity and bring them forward into a new, higher dimension of living. So this is very interesting that the Voynich Manuscript also has talked about the alignment and showing that there's an importance here with these constellations in where they become aligned to one another, because it seems that while the Voynich Manuscript was interested in the physical alignment of the stars and then using that energy in order to bring forth bathing rituals and to help bring forth healing to the nature around, and then to use that nature as a medicinal practice and to use it to cure illnesses and diseases and other things like that, it seems that today we actually have now the future prophecy of the Voynich Manuscript coming to true fruition, in which we are seeing now that the Orions, the Sirians, and the Pleiadians are working together on the Galactic Federation of Light. So we are seeing now that all of these beings are in connection to one another. So it can't be just a coincidence that we have this. And it is very interesting that Tolkien also was very focused on this connection to one another and showing that the stars and the constellations actually all represented the same type of story and message for the elves and for all the beings on Middle Earth. And so this is true of what we have today. We have all these other constellations and their messages of alignment showing their connection. All those beings that may be part of those constellations are trying to show a greater connection and a greater unity in the universe to one another, and to include mankind in the family of light as well. So I thought this was an interesting correlation, and I just wanted to take the time to go back and to correct those mistakes of thinking it was the zodiac signs, when actually it was purely the constellations that were being actually focused on rather than the zodiacal signs. So this is not about astrology necessarily, but more about astronomy and about looking and charting the actual movements of the stars, and then using that within rituals in order to heal others as well as the author. So I hope that you enjoyed this, and I will see you on the next video.